457 BC. You kind of sort of can see it, right? Yes, you can. All right. All right. So we start off in Ezra, because in the book of Ezra, that's where you have three different kings that all make proclamations. Started with Cyrus, then Darius, ending with Xerxes. So when Xerxes makes the final declaration, that's where we get some movement. Okay. Ezra 7 shows you Xerxes actually mandating, and then there's traction. The people of Israel actually start leaving Babylon. However, let me look at my notes real quick. When you go to Ezra chapter 4, you'll also see that a letter was sent from specific people within the kingdom to hinder this from happening. Now, remember, the angel also says, Angel Gabriel also says that, I see Ezra 4:8. Okay, you can find that in Ezra 4:8 before you get to Ezra 7, that a letter was sent to Xerxes to hinder that from happening. Xerxes does some investigation, and Ezra and the people embark on going, and that's found in chapter 7, embark on going back to Jerusalem. Okay, and he gives them all the supplies that they need. I told you about the society, the evangelical society last week. They use the 7 years of Sabbath that the Israelites had to determine how they have 7 years. Now, what I mean by that, last week I told you that they recognize that the 7 years, you know how you have on the 7th year, every year, the Jews were not to farm for an entire year. They were to allow the fields to rest. That year was considered a Sabbath for the fields. So they didn't cultivate, they did not chop down trees or clear brush. The land just grew, and it wasn't supposed to be touched. So that was God's mandate. So there are other people who have used 700 or 7 years Sabbath to understand the 70 weeks. Okay. On this, my choice is to use Numbers chapter 14, verse 35, Ezekiel 4:6, where a day is equal to a year. And that's how I come up with that answer. Plus, in 457 BC would have been the spring. And they would have left in the spring versus in the fall. Because there are some people that believe it's 458. But 457 is the starting point. Okay? 457 is the starting point. Let's go back over to Daniel chapter 4, Daniel chapter 9, 24. And it continues, it says, 70 weeks are determined on thy people and upon the holy city to finish the transgression and to make an end of sins and to make reconciliation for iniquity and to bring everlasting righteousness and to seal up the vision and the prophecy and to anoint the most holy. Okay. Within the books of Ezra and Nehemiah, we have the walls being built. Now, in verse 25, it says that the walls will be built even in troublous times. If you go down to verse 25, that's what it says. And I'm skipping, I'm not reading the first part. Well, no, let's read it. It says, know therefore that understand that from the going forth of the commandment to restore and to rebuild Jerusalem unto the Messiah, the Prince, shall be 7 weeks, 80, 2 weeks. The street shall be built again, the wall, even in troublous times. All right, so troublous times did happen. And we have the troublous times occurring during the time of Nehemiah, the time of Ezra, uh, Haggai. Yeah, I'll even say Zechariah. Okay. Ezra, they went back and they found the walls, everything was burnt up from the time the Babylonians did it. And there were two individuals, okay, that caused mischief while they tried to build these walls. And in Ezra and Nehemiah, you can find out more about that. Sanballat and Tobiah. I think I have written it in my notes so that I can give it to you. In Nehemiah chapter 4, Sanballat, he was from Samaria. So if you ever know why Samaritans and Jews don't get along, here's the reason. At least, that's the reason that was given, because Sanballat and Tobiah caused problems against the Jews while they were building, to the point that the Jews had to be ready for battle while working on the wall. Okay. Yeah, they did many things trying to meet with them and try to kill them in the process. Eventually, the wall was built. The wall was restored. That information can be also found in the book of Nehemiah. Okay, and they had a dedication and whatnot. So that first part of the prophecy was fulfilled. The wall was restored. It was built. Okay. All right, and you can read it again in the book of Nehemiah. I'm going to switch graphs and, well, no, let's not, because we still have the 7 weeks, right? In verse 25. It says, from the going forth of the command to restore Jerusalem unto the Messiah shall be 7 weeks. So let's start with 7 weeks. 7 weeks. Do I have it there? Yeah, 7 weeks. Next one is 80 and 2 weeks. So let's go with 80. Yes, I know I can do it a different way, but I'm doing it like this. We're going with 80. So 80 weeks are 60, correct? So I know somebody will let me know if it's wrong, but I know it's right, because a score is 20. 80, 60. My simple math should be right. All right. And then the last one, and 2 weeks. Yeah. Yep, looks like Greek. All right, so That would be 7 times 7, right? Let's go with that. Woohoo. 7 days are in a week times 7 weeks equals 49. And we know that we're counting years. This is 49 years. "49 years." That's the first one. Let me get the little dark on the 4 and on the 9. All right. This should be 7 days, because there's 7 days in a week. Times 60. Now, I don't mind being corrected because math is not my stuff. However, this is simple math, and I should be all right with this one. I should be. Or should I make a mistake, please leave a comment in the comment section of what I didn't do or what I should have done that was better. It's not an issue. 2 weeks. Ting. Oh, that's not me. Thought somebody was. All right. And again, seven days are in a week. Maybe I should have written it out like a word problem, but I did not.